bottom of the market is in the rear view. Now is the time to spring into action. In this spring edition of the Vantage Report, you will learn the trend reversal that has just taken place, a sector of the market that is grossly oversupplied, meaning there are hot deals to be had, and how to maximize your spring sale if you have a home to sell first. My name is AJ Hazy, and in case we haven't met, I make these videos to help you make informed decisions on real estate. Because in today's day and age, we are drowning in information, but starving for real insight. So if you give me your attention for less time than it takes to cross that bridge of ours, I'll make sure to make perfect sense of this turbulent real estate market we're heading into. Now, if you appreciate this kind of content, please do subscribe and hit that bell so that you get alerted every time we do a new market update. And this will tell YouTube that your boy AJ deserves a little more than a few hundred videos for all the work that goes into putting these together. But without further ado, let's get into it. Sales are pretty well unchanged over the last quarter. We're still plodding along, selling just a little more than 200 homes per month, which is historically quite low. Now, compared to the same time last year, we're down about 12%, and that's already compared to what was a very slow year in 2023, so the sales are sluggish. The total listings, however, are nearly 6% back of where we were this time last year, but inventory levels are starting to grow and are expected to continue heading that direction as we move into the spring season. We currently have a little over 2,400 active listings, which is a decent amount of supply. This means we're currently sitting at around 9 months of inventory, which is trending in the right direction towards a balanced market as we come down from a bloated 14 months where we were in January. Last year, however, by March, we were already down to 6 months of inventory as we were seeing slightly fewer listings hit the market and quite a few more sales. So that's why we're seeing that this market as we head into spring is not as preloaded as it was last year. It's currently taking about 20% longer to get a home sold this year, averaging about 50 days down from last year's 41. But homes are in fact selling slightly closer to list price as the average discount has shrunk slightly. So what does that mean for prices overall? Well, the average transaction value is within about $500 of where we were at this time last year. So nothing more than a rounding error there. But if we drill down a little deeper, what we're seeing is the average single family home has now crested over $1 million. That's up over 40K from last quarter and about $10,000 more than where we were the same time last year. Townhomes, same thing, up about 3%, and again over that $750,000 mark after dipping down below $720,000 last quarter. And the condos, same thing. They're following suit with a gain of 6% as the average 2-bedroom condo is now back up over $500,000 after dipping well below that last year. So what this tells me is that the best deals are behind us, and you can see the inflection point in the graph where pricing troughed at the end of last year and is now back on the way up. And with the absorption rate slowly improving and rate cuts on the horizon, I think that the weighted out approach has probably reached the end of its beneficial use. So when we start to analyze sales by price, it gets interesting. It seems that the luxury buyer is either waiting for the bottom to be called, hint, I just called it, or perhaps the luxury buyer is waiting for interest rates to come down to avoid a gargantuan payment as rates are still quite high. Sales over $3 million have ground to almost a complete halt, with only one property at that price point changing hands in the last 90 days, compared to 7 or 8 last quarter and the same period last year. Sales over $2 million, down over 40%, as well as only 14 homes sold in the last quarter. And even sales just over $1 million have seen a 23% drop, which is double what the overall market has dipped. This means that the luxury buyer is currently on pause. And this seems to be the biggest headline of all the stats that I've dug up. What this tells me at a strategic level is that the move-up buyer stands to be the biggest winner in this equation. His lesser priced home and the property value of the condos, townhomes, and the lower priced single family is back on the rise, where a glut of inventory exists in that mid-luxury space. For example, there are over 300 listings right now over $2 million, and they are competing for only 5 buyers a month. That's 5 years worth of inventory. This is where the opportunity is at the moment. Now, switching gears, the rental market is also pretty soft. In the wake of that short-term rental ban and a number of large rental apartments complexes coming on stream, we are seeing the average rent for a 2-bedroom apartment below $2,000 a month, for the first time in a few years. Now, I'll do a deeper dive on that in another video, but for the average property investor right now, which I like to think I'm one of them, the rents just don't compute. Today's interest rates mean that you're going to be in a negative cash flow situation. So I believe you'd be better off looking at alternative real estate investments for the time being. And if you are looking for any kind of help with that, you can reach out and we will guide you to some great options that offer double-digit returns and don't require you to go into any high interest debt. So what does all this mean to you if you're the average person just looking to make a move in this market? Well, selling your home over the next 3 months will be your best bet in terms of timing. I wouldn't expect buyers to be fighting over your property necessarily, but if you price at the current market, you should have a buyer within a month. Now, you definitely want to sell first and buy second. This is going to give you the best negotiating position on both sides of the transaction. Now, if you absolutely can't let go of your current home until you have your next property secured, we do have a program for that, and it's designed for just that type of situation. What we do is use our sale assurance program to make you into a cash buyer prior to you selling your home, and that allows you to secure your next spot before putting your home on the market. Now, if you do plan to sell this season, right now is the time to get it ready. You want to fix all the deferred maintenance, improve the curb appeal, and give that a bit of a refresh. It can make all the difference in the world and add tens of thousands of dollars to your net dollar. Just don't miss the selling season in the throes of an extensive renovation. Now, if you're tight on funds, we also have a program that allows you to renovate now on our dime and then settle the bill at closing. So if you reach out, just ask for our fix and list program. We've had some awesome success with it so far this year. Now, on the buying side, I would expect that there will be more choice this year than last. However, pricing, as I said, is already on its way up and the discounts are shrinking. The best properties are once again seeing multiple offers as of late, so make sure that you've got your ducks in a row and that you enter the market with the right expectations. There are still some great deals to be had, well below peak pricing from 2 years ago, so you've timed it well, good on you. But as I said, waiting is no longer working to your advantage. Just remember, you marry the price and you date the rate, so a variable rate remains a pretty attractive option right now if you can qualify for it. By the way, there are also some buying opportunities in the condo buildings that had been used primarily as short-term rental investments before the short-term rental ban. These tend to be hitting the market in droves and can be bought at nice discounts while they're working their way through the system. So there you have it, folks, the market update for Q1. Count on me to continue to be your eyes and ears for the local market and help you make the best decisions possible on real estate. Now, if you're curious of what your home might sell for, now that prices have rebounded a little, you can start that process by clicking the link below or in the comments section below. And if you're interested in which of the 2,500 active listings could be your next dream home, you can start that process by clicking the link below as well. Thanks so much for watching, guys, and we'll see you as we head into the summer market.